I stopped going to church the second I could. Not because I stopped believing in God, but because the version they were selling didn't make sense to me. All rules, all fear, all do this or you're going to hell, all performance and judgment and shame. That's not God, that's control dressed up as a religion. And I think that's why so many of us walked away, not because we don't believe, but because what we were taught to believe felt wrong. But here's what I'm learning now. Finding my way back on my own terms, the God I'm discovering is nothing like the God I was taught about. The God they taught me was distant, watching, keeping score, waiting for me to mess up so he could punish me. And the God I'm finding now, he's with me, in me. Not judging my mistakes, but guiding me through them. The God they taught me required perfection, performance, a certain way of being. The God I'm finding now, he wants me to be authentic. He wants growth, the real me, not some polished version. And the God they taught me was small, confined to a building, to a church, only accessible through specific people or rituals, going to Mass on Sundays. The God I'm finding now, he's everywhere, in nature, in moments of stillness, in my intuition, in the quiet voice that guides me when I actually listen. They made God complicated, but he's actually simple. He's love, that's it. Not conditional love, not love you have to earn, just love. Faith isn't showing up to church every Sunday and checking a box. It's trusting that you're being guided even when you can't see the path. It's believing that what's meant for you won't miss you. It's surrendering control and trusting that there's a bigger plan than the one that you're trying to force. Faith is knowing that when doors close, it's protection, not punishment. When things fall apart, it's redirection, not rejection. It's praying not because you have to, but because you want connection. Because talking to God centers you. Because surrendering the weight you're carrying gives you peace. Faith isn't religion, faith is a relationship. And you don't need a building or a middleman to have that relationship. I came back to God because I realized I couldn't live my life without Him. Not in a weak way, I tried doing everything on my own and it left me empty way. When I lost my mom, I was angry at God for taking her, for the pain, for the unfairness of it all. But over time I realized God didn't do that to me. God carried me through it. Every moment I thought I couldn't survive, I did. Every day I didn't think I'd make it through, I did. That wasn't luck, that was Him. And now I talk to God daily, not in some formal religious way, just honestly. I tell Him when I'm scared, when I'm grateful, when I don't understand, when I need help. And He shows up, not always in the way I expect, but always in the way I need. If you walked away from religion, I get it. I did too for some time. But don't let others people version of God keep you from the real one. The God who loves you exactly as you are. The God who wants your best self but accepts your current self. The God who's not keeping score but keeping you. You don't need to be perfect to talk to Him. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to perform or prove anything. You just need to be honest, to show up as you are, to ask for guidance and then actually listen. God isn't religion. God is the presence you feel when you're finally still enough to notice. The peace you didn't earn but received anyway. The strength you didn't know you had until you needed it. That's real, that's not rules or fear or shame. That's just love, meeting you exactly where you are and inviting you to something more.